As we come on the air right now here for you at 11 o'clock, we are showing you the live view of Washington, D.C. and Capitol Hill, where nothing got worked out today in the government shutdown showdown. 1 hour from now, it's going to be exactly the first 24 hours of the dysfunction. And our coverage of the local impact is just ahead for you. But first, here right now tonight, we do have new information on the explosion and the major fire at a chemical company in West Louisville. Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for being with us tonight. I'm Doug Proffitt. Air monitoring around the carbide plant tonight in Rubbertown has shown no issues. Late today, we also learned where in the company the blast was centered. WHAS11 night team's Alex Dieterer and photojournalist Aspen Hester talking with an environmental activist who lives not far away, saying there needs to be a crackdown.
Explosion. 4400 Bell's Lane.
It's definitely been a problem area.
Not the first time fires have been put out at this Carbide Industries chemical plant in Rubbertown.
This city has not done its job in protecting the residents who live in this area.
The latest explosion at the plant brings out frustration from Ebony Cochran, who lives in the area and is an advocate for environmental justice in West Louisville.
All of these chemical facilities, whether they have exploded or caught on fire before, they're a potential for people to die, including workers.
PRP Fire Chief Jason Myman assured all employees were accounted for, and no injuries or damage to other buildings was reported.
Air quality is maintained to be no threat to the public. Original reports were that the furnace had exploded, and that is not the case.
Preliminary investigations found that there was an overflow of product from the furnace that landed on the ground, which they believe caused the explosion. PRP Fire told us today that the furnace remains intact. But this wasn't the case in 2011, when a furnace explosion at the plant killed 2 Carbide employees. Investigators determined the company disregarded issues with the furnace that ultimately blew up.
You're thinking when you're at work, you're going to be safe.
Councilwoman Tammy Hawkins is looking at more precautions and protections to be taken so this doesn't happen again.
Just want to make sure that the people and the environment that is around that company, people are safe. And I can't say that to be for sure right now, right?
Myman says they've been in constant contact with Carbide Industries since the explosion.
And they've been a great partner under the circumstances to be able to work with.
No, we don't need you to work with them. We need you to cite them, and we need you to issue fines that are large enough to change behavior.
An incident that could have been deadly leaves neighbors worried it could happen again. In Rubbertown with photojournalist Aspen Hester, Alex Dieterer, the WHAS 11 night team on your side.
And more on this story right now tonight. We have late word tonight from Jody Myman, the director of Louisville Metro Emergency Management Services. Here's what he's telling WHAS 11 News. The remaining small fires are being watched tonight by trained plant personnel and are burning in an area away from any structure until they burn out. Myman goes on to say there is still no risk or threat to the public or the rest of the plant. Carbide will continue their damage assessment, he says, tomorrow. Over 10 years ago, a deadly explosion occurred at the same factory in March of 2011. Here's part of our coverage from 2011. This killed 2 workers and injured 2 others that day. The investigation discovered this explosion was caused by the furnace. The explosion launched into the air solid and powdered debris, flammable gases, and molten calcium at temperatures near 3,800 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're following breaking news just into the newsroom a few moments ago. A 4th suspect now in custody in jail in connection with a murder that happened just last month in Shelbyville. Shelby County Sheriff's Office arrested 24-year-old Levi Jones in Nashville, Tennessee, Tuesday of this week, again just yesterday. Jones is charged with murder. 3 others were arrested in connection with the murder that happened on August 19th in the Spring Oaks neighborhood of Shelbyville. 21-year-old Madison Greenwell, 21-year-old Rodney Isgrig Jr., and 23-year-old Jeremiah James were previously charged in the case in the killing of Tim Ethington in Shelbyville. Now back live to Washington tonight. The U.S. Senate today tried but failed to pass bills aimed at funding our government. ABC News is reporting tonight negotiations appear to be underway to settle this, but Friday is the next opportunity for the Senate to vote on government funding. Well, day one leaves millions of federal workers facing the prospect of not getting a paycheck. The White House now saying mass layoffs are imminent. The Trump administration, officially on a call today with House Republicans, says they're going to start firing federal workers as soon as tomorrow. Now, ABC's Mary Bruce asking Vice President J.D. Vance what President Donald Trump's intentions were with this shutdown.
In every previous shutdown, workers have been furloughed, not laid off. So why does the president want to fire some workers and not just furlough them? Why is this shutdown any different?
Well, first of all, we haven't made any final decisions about what we're going to do with certain workers. What we're saying is that we might have to take extraordinary steps, especially the longer this goes on.
So now we pick up live. You've heard that TSA agents and airports are on the job but aren't getting paid. So how are departures and arrivals going in Louisville at the moment? Well, WHAS11's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Levi Hammer are live at our Ali International Airport right now. And Clarice, are flights arriving tonight, and what are those flyers telling you about their experiences?
Well, Doug, I just heard over the intercom that a Charlotte flight is now able to get their bags, and a flight from Chicago should have landed just about 2 minutes ago, so those people will be coming down here soon. It's among about 5 flights that are expected to land here in Louisville within the hour. Now, remember, we are still within those 24 hours since the government shut down. I've been in the airport here for a few hours tonight talking to travelers coming in from across the country, and they've expected a few delays, but haven't noticed any.
Atlanta is now available at baggage claim C.
Had no problems whatsoever.
Patty Davis arriving to Louisville's airport from Tampa. And there's Graham Smith.
No hiccups so far. I didn't notice anything different from normal.
Justin from Charleston, South Carolina, telling us it's business as usual the day after the federal government shut down. Government positions like TSA workers still doing their jobs with no pay. They may get back pay later.
They didn't seem concerned. Nobody mentioned it. They did their job. You know, they were pretty smooth, and
they should get paid. If Senate and congressmen get paid, being there in the shutdown, everybody should get paid. That's my opinion.
There's still time for Democrats to pass this clean bipartisan bill that's sitting before them, and we encourage our Democrat colleagues to do that.
Democrats are united in our resolve to make sure that we cancel the cuts.
Democrats and Republicans remain at odds on funding in the first day of the government shutdown, the first in 7 years. It's a conversation in Louisville's government.
Right now, I'm most concerned about seniors that rely on food delivery to their homes. And so we're working on a plan to help support seniors that may be losing their food delivery.
The University of Louisville already has a dedicated page on their website answering questions about the shutdown.
We know that grant funding is going to be one of the things, particularly around our research enterprise, will be probably the first one we'll see. So we're concerned about that.
As the shutdown continues, everyone wonders what will happen next.
Leaving Louisville? Yeah, it might be further into the shutdown at that point, so I guess there's a higher chance of delays then, but I'm not going to change my travel plans.
So the Charlotte flight right now is collecting their bags at Terminal A behind me. I've also, since being here, heard that Minneapolis flights are coming in, and Newark has also been coming in as well. And travelers are continuing to reassure me that they believe everything is running smoothly. Live for the night team, Clarice Shaley, WHAS 11 on your side. Doug?
All right, we say happy flights late into Louisville, and welcome home. Thank you, Clarice. Now, new tonight, the Clark County, Indiana Sheriff's Office has arrested a man named DeMonte Hambright. He is wanted out of Wisconsin for a homicide. Hambright led Indiana officers on a high-speed chase. The Clark County, Indiana Sheriff's Office says he was spotted in a stolen vehicle at a nearby truck stop by flock cameras. He fled after seeing the officers. This led to a chase that ended when he crashed the stolen vehicle on Charlestown-Memphis Road. He tried to escape on foot but was quickly taken into custody after hiding in a local soybean field. Hambright faces charges of resisting law enforcement in Clark County, Indiana. In addition to the homicide charges he faces in Wisconsin, he's currently being held at the Clark County Jail. Louisville Metro Police Department is moving back to downtown Louisville thanks to their brand new headquarters at 6th and Chestnut, the old AT&T headquarters building. It also means the return of a massive police presence driving through the city every day, which has been gone from downtown since they left 7th and Jefferson. The move not only centralizes critical units like homicide, robbery, and other investigations, but improves day-to-day collaboration and culture inside the police department. We asked the mayor about the headquarters and what it will do for downtown.
And when this project is complete in the coming years, after we complete several more phases of this project, we'll have 600 Louisville Metro police officers working in the heart of downtown, in the heart of our city, every day. That's a big deal. So to the men and women of LMPD, I want to say thank you. I hope you enjoy your new home.
Officials say the presence of hundreds of officers downtown will boost both safety and economic activity and a better feeling for downtown. The new headquarters features new security measures, functional workspaces, and a design which prioritizes safety for both the public and officers. Today, Louisville's law enforcement community and others remembering the life and long service of longtime Jefferson County Sheriff and Army veteran John Aubrey. Visitation services for Sheriff Aubrey were underway this afternoon. These scenes of many people arriving and leaving outside Southeast Christian Church in eastern Jefferson County until 6 p.m. tonight. Sheriff Aubrey died last week, surrounded by family at the age of 86. He led the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department for 27 years, and he was recently named National Sheriff's Association's 2025 Sheriff of the Year. We spoke tonight with Major Mike Littlefield at the visitation. He says Aubrey was a real mentor and took a chance on him when he first started in 2003.
And I've had the pleasure of serving with him and under him for 22 years. Just an all-around great individual, a real mentor for many people in law enforcement, not only for me, but for the people that worked at the Sheriff's Office.
Funeral services begin tomorrow for Sheriff Aubrey at 10:30 in the morning, also at Southeast Christian Church, Blankenbaker and I-64. One-on-one next on the WHAS11 night team. The first detective on the Crystal Rogers mystery 10 years ago sits down to talk to us about the convictions in her murder. First comments from Jon Snow right here next. And a reminder, in just a few minutes away tonight, a brand new Jimmy Kimmel Live. He has moved his show to New York City this week and is performing in the Brooklyn Academy of Music Opera House. Emily Blunt is on tonight, Bruce Springsteen tomorrow, Tom Hanks on Friday. It's at 11:35 right after this newscast.
And it was another warm and dry day. 85 degrees for the first day of October. I'll let you know when rain chances return to the forecast. That's coming up after the break. Today's Kentucky Lottery jackpots: Mega Millions $520 million, Powerball $174 million.
The Kentucky Lottery, funding education for over 1 million Kentucky students.